Hello everybody and welcome to another knockoff review. In today's video, thanks to the team over at TF Direct, we're taking a look at the latest incarnation of REXIMUS Prime. That is of course the oversized version of Masterpiece Grimlock, finally released in that G1 paint scheme like we got with the official release. They've opted for the brown shipper boxes now. They've got rid of the KO kind of masterpiece box. So you just get a brown shipper. But personally, I don't care what the box looks like as long as the product inside is awesome. Grimlock comes packaged in a plastic clamshell. And here we have him out of his plastic prison. King REXIMUS, king of the KOs. He looks really nice. I've always said that I love the Grimlock mold, and I do still prefer this over Fans Toys offering. I just love the sheer size and bulk that this guy has to offer. As you can see, the electrics are working nicely. There's a small tab that you just need to unpeg from the top of Grimlock's right shoulder. And he's so big I can barely fit him on the rotating base. He's starting to kind of get stuck as he goes around, but you get a nice clean look at all corners of the Grimlock awesomeness. The Autobot logos are already all fitted, ready for use, and I genuinely love him. He is a gorgeous looking figure. Now give us some G2 colorations, please. Now, it's been a while since the last REXIMUS release, and some of the prices went crazy on eBay, so it was a very welcome return to the KO market. As before, we get a sword, a gun, and of course the Grimlock crown. We don't actually get any instructions with this guy. I think they've kind of cut back on everything they could to reduce the price maybe, but the sword and everything is the same. It's nothing that we haven't seen before. Everything just pegs in exactly as it has done previously. Translucent plastic used for the actual blade itself, and a very nice metallic red used for the hilt. And likewise with the gun, we just unplug that. I just turn the light off by pressing the button on the back of the arm there. Again, the gun is exactly what you would expect. Small tab here to plug in on the hand. I still really don't like the REXIMUS Prime hands. I think they just benefit from kind of a Gigapower style grasp to them, with slight remolding of the sword, etc. That could have really worked. I like articulation on my fingers, but that being said, it's a giant Masterpiece Grimlock. Surely we should just be happy, shouldn't we? Now, if this is your first time seeing the REXIMUS Prime, here he is alongside MP-10. The normal Masterpiece Grimlock was around MP-10 size. This is upscaled, I'd imagine 1.5 times. I think, I could be wrong, but it's done to a very high standard. It feels like a professional piece. If you were to present this to somebody, telling them that it was a Hasbro or Takara product, I don't think they would be any the wiser until they realized how big it was. But it's a nice clean figure, and I mean, look at that. That is a fantastic scale. And here we have him alongside his silver comrade in arms. Now, this is the guy that I have alongside my Gigapower Chrome, and I intend to have this one here alongside my Gigapower Metallic. I think that's how I'm gonna go with it. I've used a different tone of red on both the waists. These appear to be more kind of smoked and a slightly darker tone, and the hands are far more accessible on this guy. I always had trouble getting the hands out on the version 1 REXIMUS Prime, but that's something they have fixed I'm assuming that technology and moulding, printing, etc. has come a bit further in the last couple of years, yes. But either way, if you do already have this one, then yeah, do you really need another one? Only if you want that kind of matte grey finish. Personally, I do like the silver. I like how it looks. I think it's very kind of professional and very clean, but at the same time, the grey is what we got with the original Hasbro and Takara product, and some people really like that. So if this is your first time at the REXIMUS Prime Party, the head can look around, we can look up and down. Up motion's kind of scary, down motion's not too bad. Can tilt slightly side to side. We have a ball jointed arm, so we can go up and around, we can come up and down to the side. We have a double jointed elbow, so we get a little over 90-degree bend there. There's an upper bicep rotation. There's rotation on the hand there, and there's also a ball socketed thumb. There is rotation on the waist, not a huge range there, because we do hit this backpack piece, but enough nonetheless. Legs can come out to the front on a friction joint, out to the back, we can come out to the side again on a friction joint, ratcheted 90-degree bend on the knees, and the feet can pivot slightly. We don't have any left and right motion on them, and we do have some up and down. And for a big heavy guy, he's pretty well balanced. There's some nice stiff joints in there, and they do make the world of difference. And depending on how you want your Grimlock to be displayed, personally, I'm a fan of the animation. The red, I believe, is the toy, but at the back of the head there's the switch, which can be brought down and switches out the colour of the eyes. I do prefer the blue quite a bit. So let's open the arms, bend the thumbs down, rotate those in and close those off. Now the pulling of the torso is quite difficult the first couple of times you do it, but you want to pull this bottom piece down. At the same time, you want to lift this top piece up. So you kind of pull it upwards and then slide this piece downwards like so. The legs automatically want to collapse down to that lower position. The torso, now that we've lifted it up, can actually bring this whole piece down. And as we do so, this comes down. The wing panels can come up and over, bring the Grimlock head up, bring that down, and then close those off fully around it. And then lastly, just to transform the legs, you want to rotate at the thigh. This piece here can come down, this comes upwards, and then we have all of this piece here which folds out. This is where a lot of the third parties got their idea for their dino transformations from. This comes around, and as we bring this around, it's going to just pull upwards slightly on that hinge. This is then going to come in. The tail will come out and extend. You want to flip out the tip of the tail, and then we can straighten everything out. And then you just want to grab, push, and work everything into position. And these just tab in on there. And we can bring the Grimlock arms around and just straighten that up like this. Does Grimlock have one toe at the front or one at the back? I can never remember. I think it's two at the front, one at the back, like that. His head can come down that far. Again, you have the option of lifting the head up and rotating those eyes out by pulling, rotating and bringing those back down. And here we have him all transformed up, along with Wheelie, Slag and Snarl. Just waiting on their metallic version of Sludge now. Really looking forward to that. And then I'll be content. I think may even paint the chrome pieces on Grimlock a kind of matte, flat gold, just so he matches in with the rest of these. We shall see. But all in all, I think he works exceptionally well. I can't get the head swishing feature to work. I think maybe I haven't plugged something in somewhere correctly. It's been a long time since I've transformed Grimlock. But all in all, I think it's really good. It's nice to see it back on the market, and again, nice to see it done in the correct colours. Articulation on REXIMUS is pretty straightforward. Head can look up and down. We do have the movable jaw with the gun on the inside. Arms can rotate, have a bend at the elbow, and we have little tiny clawy wrists. The legs can come out to the side and then go all the way up and over. Thigh swivel, bend at the knee forwards and back. And again, we have some movement on the claws. They can move up and down. Like I said, there should be a kind of swooshing feature, but I don't think that I've got something tabbed in here correctly. But I like that kind of running forward pose. You got Grimlock with his mouth open and his little arms coming out to the front. That's what I love about this mold. It's very, very close to his animation counterpart, and I understand why Fans Toys did what they did, and it's a really good figure. But this is a fraction of the cost, and it's just as fun. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the new version of REXIMUS Prime, done in the original Hasbro Takara colour scheme. Once again, I'd like to thank TF Direct for making this review possible. I have included a link as to where to purchase this in the description below if you'd like to see my previous REXIMUS Prime videos. They are a little dated now, but feel free to peruse them. I've included a link over on the side here for REXIMUS and his Marvel Colours counterpart. And until next time, from myself and Grimlock, thanks for watching. Goodbye.